It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yes, I hit a pothole. I know everyone in the comments section is going to go ahead and say, why did you hit the pothole? You should have swerved. You suck at riding. All the basic stuff. Obviously, I wasn't trying to go for the pothole, but I hit it. I was actually shooting rollers at the time, and I had a friend in the camera car, and the shot was supposed to be I was going to come around the corner of the car and just do a spirited pass, nothing crazy. As I come around the corner, I'll put the video up right here. It's blocking just enough of the road to where I know that there's no traffic, but I can't exactly see that there's a pothole. Because of the way the sunlight was hitting, it was almost sunset, and by the time I saw the pothole, I was already aimed directly for it. I didn't want to have the bike leaned over, so I just tried to put the bike as upright as I could before going over the pothole, just so I wouldn't be leaned over and risk falling over. The front wheel hit first, obviously. In the moment, I didn't realize it up until we pulled over about a few minutes later. But that completely shattered 4 bolts holding the headlight assembly to the frame of the bike. So I'll put a video of that right here. You can see that there's absolutely nothing holding up the front of this bike. There's this bolt right here missing, and we'll cut to this bolt right here and this one right here. So 0 out of 4 bolts are holding this thing together. The only thing that was holding the bike together was the fairing, and on one side it was starting to come apart, just putting way too much stress on this bike. So I ended up going to the mechanic shop, and he was actually surprised. He said he's never seen anything like it. So maybe I already had a few of these bolts off, because it's kind of crazy to think that a pothole could rip off 4 of these things and just strip them off completely. He was saying that what he normally sees is bent rims, and he hasn't really seen stuff like this. So we looked over the rims, and he was surprised that the rims were completely fine, no damage at all. So make sure to note you guys are running the right tire pressure on your bikes. So my point is, he was just super surprised and he was super interested in what happened. The only other thing that happened was because the whole front end of the bike was no longer held on by these bolts, it started sagging down, which slowly started to unplug my dash. So for the next 2 rides after, just getting gas and just heading over to the mechanic shop, I started to get random lights on the dash until eventually the whole thing just went completely dark. No tachometer, no speedometer, no lights at all. Dropped off the bike. My boy Josh had it for about 4 to 5 days and got me back on the road. So here's what it's supposed to look like. All 4 bolts are back in place. Replaced the headlight assembly, and I guess don't fit with the new headlight assembly. So he went ahead and did me a favor and cut holes in them, which is honestly better because these type of LEDs need to have some heat dissipation. So the fact that they were closed is probably not the best. Having these open is going to be way better. They're not going to overheat, even though they didn't before, but it's just going to be an extra layer of protection. So it kind of works out. Anyways, now all that's left to do is submit all this evidence to the city and see if they can pay for it. Maybe some of it. We'll see how it goes. If you guys have any tips or have done anything similar to this that could help me out in this process, please leave it in the comments below, because this is a first time for me. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.